guys, I know it's been a long time. I think I may have mentioned in my last video, I meant to watch it before I started this video, but I forgot. After I left the East Coast, went through Florida, when I was in Georgia, and I'm sorry if I've already talked about this, but when I was in Georgia, there was a friend of mine said, you ought to write a book about your travels. And I said, no, I've written a book before and I don't think that's in the cards. And she's like, oh, just saying. And so I just kind of poo-pooed it and just moved on. And then as I came out of Florida, I stopped at New Orleans to see New Orleans and had some amazing encounters there. And then as I was coming into Texas, which was the plan, I stayed the night at a truck stop. As I was driving, before I got to the truck stop, I kept seeing a cabin on water. And I didn't quite understand what that was. That night, when I stopped at the truck stop that I was going to sleep at, I pulled up my Airbnb app and looked for a cabin in the area. And so I found one. It was more like a mobile home and it was on the water. And I texted the man, if I stay this amount of time, will you give me a discount? He had already had a discounted rate. He said, yes, I'll give you an even better rate. So it was like, it cost me almost nothing daily to live in this place. And I stayed for 2 weeks. Because on my way there, before I got to the truck stop that night, I was talking to my son. We were texting, and he said, he's very spiritual, and he said to me, Mom, I think it's time you pick the pen up again. And I got really emotional because as we were texting, I felt moved to start writing. And I told him, this cabin's popping up in my head, so I knew God wants me to stop what I'm doing and start writing. And so I moved into this place for a couple of weeks, and it was beautiful. The back porch was beautiful. In the mornings, I would just go out there and do my morning devotions and pray and be so full of gratitude and be so grateful for His blessings. And I'd sit and write. I'd write until I couldn't write anymore. And then in the middle of my stay, I kept seeing a beach. And I felt like I was supposed to go to a beach. And so I Googled what was the closest beach to me, and Galveston popped up. And again, I don't know why, but in the middle of this, I headed to Galveston for a couple of days. And I brought my iPad, because I thought, well, I guess he wants me. I do get a lot of energy from the woods, from nature. I think I've spoken about that quite a bit, but the ocean as well gives me a lot of beautiful energy. I just love feeling God in places like that. I feel Him the most, is what I should say. And so I was there. I brought my iPad, and the first morning I began typing away, and my cord stopped working. It's a newer cord, and so I couldn't work. My iPad had died, and I couldn't plug it in. And so I thought, okay, He's saying take a break. So that's when I encountered a soul that really, really needed to hear from God. And it's always it's so emotional because I get to be in those moments with these people. And that's what this trip has been about. Not just, spreading God's love to the people I know, but strangers. I think that's the biggest part of this, because most of the people I know are believers, but they just sometimes we just need to hear that He is there and He's thinking of us. But to be in front of this woman who just broke down into tears, it's always so humbling, but it's such an honor. And I'm always so moved to be able to be there. So I think there were a lot of reasons why I was brought there, because she wasn't the only person that I encountered. She was just the most powerful for me. But there were other people there that I spoke to and enjoyed very much. And it's the beach, it's the ocean, it just fills me up with so much energy, and it's just so lovely. So I was down there for a couple of days, came right back to the mobile home and started clicking away again. And then I stayed with a lovely friend that I've known, and I hate saying this, I mean, I'm blessed to be able to say this, but I've known her for 50 years. We met when we were 9, and I know, I know someone else that I've known since I was 5. So, I've known people longer. She and I just have this connection that we always had when we met at Girl Scout camp. And I was in her first wedding, she was in mine. And she's the kind of friend that you can go without talking for months and just pick right back up where you left off. And so I spent a lovely few days with her and her husband and all their critters on their farm, and really enjoyed it. And so nice to just be with them and meet some of their friends. Went to some kind of fiddlers concert. They have some kind of fiddler competition, and so we went to that. But it was lovely to be there. And then as I drove into Texas, I knew I wanted to, I was going to spend time with my cousins. But the Lord brought me to another place, and He's like, I need you to write some more. Got more stuff I need you to put down. So I've been at this other place for about a week. Nah, not quite yet. It'll be a week by the time I leave. I am going to see my cousins and spend a little bit of time with them. And not much, because I'm going to head back up to Illinois here in a little bit. I've got a birthday of a grandbaby to be at, I should say. So that's what I've been doing. It's not that I didn't want to make videos. I've just been so busy writing, and in my spare time when I'm taking breaks, I'm walking and trying to keep myself busy, because if it's not your place, there's not a whole lot of things to do. So you'd think I'd have plenty of time to be making videos, and I apologize to my grandkids especially, who love to watch these videos. I'm sorry. Omi will try to do better, but I'll see you soon. I'll be seeing you soon. But yeah, so Texas is really hot, which I knew that. I grew up in West Texas, I grew up in Midland, and I was hoping to get there this trip, but since the Lord had me sidetracked doing this, that's not going to happen this trip. I'm going to have to make another trip, and that's okay, because I don't think the end is near yet. I know that there are places I'm going to be until November. So someone asked me, how does it work? How do you know where you're going? I don't know exactly where I'm going. Like, I have a roundabout. Like, when I first started the journey, I heard California, you need to get out to California. Got out to California, saw people on the way, saw people in California. Then I knew I had to be back. I had to be on the East Coast to meet my girlfriend. So, made that trek, met all the people I was supposed to meet during that trek. And then I knew I would be going into Florida and then coming back this way. And the next thing I knew I'd be here at this point, at this time. I didn't know what was going to ensue during that. And then I knew that I'd be up in Illinois for my granddaughter's birthday. So I know that much. And He just reveals things to me a little at a time. My baby brother lives in Michigan, and I mentioned to him and his fiance, I said, I think after Illinois I'm supposed to head to Michigan. And he's like, oh great, that'll be great. And he's like, how long? I'm like, I don't know. I never really know these things. But recently, it's become clear to me I'm going to be there for a little while. My stepdad still lives there, and he's elderly, so I think that there might be a reason I need to be there for him, maybe take care of him. I'm not quite sure. Just to give him some love. He's a God-fearing man, and been such a strong spiritual leader for my younger sister. She just adores him, and we all do. He's the sweetest man ever. And so I'll probably more than likely be staying with him while I'm there. I'm not quite sure how long it'll be, but I'll be there for a little bit. And I love Michigan. The lake there is nice because it's fresh water. It's not the ocean, but it doesn't matter. If I'm out in nature, I'm a happy girl. And so I do know that in August, I have committed to being a private nurse for someone in Colorado. And so I'm going to get to Colorado a week early and visit family and friends before I go to where she is to help her. She's having her hip replaced. So I'll make a little bit of money, which is good because I keep seeing money leave my account. No money is coming in, and that's not good. But the Lord told me a while back, when I was a little freaked out about the money coming out of the account, I just heard, don't worry about the money. And there have been blessings left and right, so I don't worry about the money. Yeah. So anyway, I do know, like I said, I'm going to be in Colorado the end of July and beginning of August. I don't know how long I'll be with this woman while she rehabs, but when I finish up there, I'll probably head back to Illinois, check in with my family for a little bit, and then I know as fall comes, I'm going to be on the East Coast. So I'm going to go up to Niagara Falls. I've never seen it. And then I have a friend who will meet me there. And at some point, I'm going to make my way up to the northeastern part of the country and just come all the way down the coast. These things are just in my mind. And I have friends and family along the way that I will tell, I'm coming, are you available? Can we meet for coffee? Sometimes they have me stay, sometimes they don't, just whatever. But it's the people that I meet along the way that he has me, that he puts in front of me, that he wants me to talk to. So that's all I know. So in November, I'll be back in Colorado because the same woman is having another procedure done, and so I'm going to help her out with that in November. And then that's as far as I know, which is pretty far. I don't think I knew that much since when I first started. I had like 3 destinations I knew I was going to be doing or going to, but yeah, so I'm excited to stay on this journey. It's been, and people, are you tired of it? No, I'm not tired of it. I can never tire of being around people and sharing God's love with them. I will never tire of that. And I actually love sleeping in my car. It's very comfortable for me and Bonnie. I've always felt safe, and it's the people I meet is just wonderful. So yeah, I'm not tired of it yet, but here we are, going on 4 months out and 13,000 miles later. So yeah, it's all good. It's been a great experience, and I'm sure will continue to be a great experience. And I just love that the Lord is using me this way, and it's such a blessing. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now. I'm actually getting ready I don't go out to eat very often because of the whole menu thing. And so I have decided tonight there's some live music here locally at this small town, and I'm gonna listen to some live music and maybe have a pulled pork sandwich. So I think it'll be a little bit fun. All right, I love you guys, and I hope to talk to you soon. Have a blessed day.